What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here. So in this one, we're going to be talking a little bit about NIO again. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a technical update. We're going to talk a little bit about these delivery numbers that have come in too. They look good at face value, but there are a couple of things that we need to go over in addition. But recently, very recently, there was a relatively large announcement that has to do with Tesla and a price war in terms of EVs, a kind of coming together of a lot of these electric vehicle companies to come to a truce. Now, this is very, very important, and we're going to break this down for you guys. So again, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like on this video, dropping a comment down below, and if you would like to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, guys, let's roll the intro. Now, guys, before we go any further, I want to give you guys the opportunity of a lifetime here to get your first month completely free on trade1348.com, the absolute best place to learn and come to be an active participant in today's market. Their algorithms are absolutely insane. Invictus has been absolutely crushing it, having success rates. Remember, that's the predictive algorithm on the 5-minute time frame of like over 80% over the last couple of weeks here. All the learning curriculum videos, all the algorithms, all the alert systems are at your disposal. If you guys are interested, make sure you guys check out that link below using code GAINS. Now, I want to do a brief technical update here on NIO so that you guys have an understanding of exactly what this chart is looking like in the present and where it is most likely going to head in the future. So when we're looking at NIO right here on the daily time frame, we are seeing this price really starting to converge on this 13 EMA again on the daily time frame. We see the RSI is breaking below its moving average here. Now, again, what I would say when I see price action like this is we're really in a nice 50-50 zone. If you start to see, again, days like today where we're down 6.5%, this could be a good buying opportunity for those of you guys that like this company over the long term. Now, remember, these videos that you guys see here is not me coming and telling you to buy this thing. It's just giving you guys more information about the stocks that you are already interested in that you probably wouldn't be able to find at any other location. Now, when we throw this down on the 4-hour time frame, it's going to be looking like a little bit of a different picture. We've broken through that 13 EMA. We have broken through the 24, and we are hunting that 48 down here. Now, as you guys have seen a couple of times in the past, we've talked about these yellow lights right here, these traffic lights on trade1348.com's website. Again, remember, you're all alerted to these every single time that they do happen. We are hunting one of these traffic lights to the downside. Now, could we retest this 13 EMA on the upside and then continue back down? Yeah, we definitely could, but looking at this on the daily, we are going to have a little bit of support here at this 13 EMA right around 936. At the current time that I'm recording, we're trading at around $9.55. Remember, if you guys like this company over the long term, dollar cost averaging is going to be your friend. If all that we've seen about NIO and their growth and the new vehicles coming out and the excitement and this new type of way of looking at electric vehicles with their battery swapping network are going to really start to take over, dollar cost averaging is obviously going to be your friend. Now, let's get into this first piece of news about NIO that I think is very, very important for the months coming forward, because there's one very specific thing in here that you guys need to understand, and then we're going to talk a little bit about these delivery numbers. So, Tesla signs an EV truce with Chinese rivals to prevent further price war. 1 month after Elon Musk met with top Chinese officials, praised the country's technology development, and visited Tesla's Shanghai factory, the world's richest man signed a truce with Chinese automakers to end the years-long brutal electric vehicle price war. Musk was among 16 electric vehicle company executives who signed the truce to create stability in the world's largest electric vehicle market. Below is an excerpt that outlines the 4 points to which each automaker has pledged to rein in the price war. This is very interesting here. First, we will abide by the rules and regulations of the industry, regulate marketing activities, maintain a fair competition order, and not disrupt the fair competition order of the market with abnormal prices. Second, we will pay attention to marketing methods. It will not exaggerate or conduct false marketing, not to mislead customers, to attract attention and increase customer acquisition. Third, we want to put quality first, use quality-oriented high products and services to meet the people's needs for a better life. Fourth, we will actively fulfill our social responsibility and take an active role in helping to stabilize economic growth, increase confidence, and prevent risks, and work together to make a contribution to national economic growth. Now, that's a lot of words there, but when we come down here a little bit and take a look at this picture right here, you can see discounting cars in China. Dongfeng leads the pack in slashing car prices as competition intensifies. Well, you can see that all of these companies right now have been decreasing prices, average price cut, clean car brands, everything like that. But look at NIO and LI Auto down here. Well, they haven't started to cut prices yet. Discounting cars in China. Here's the latest EV price discounting by brand. They are not discounting. Now, this is a very, very, very interesting metric here that we need to look at, because if we see all of these other electric vehicle car companies are discounting prices in these regions, why are they doing this? They are trying to attract customers based on price, not necessarily value and quality, which is very interesting because NIO is not doing those things. And as we take a look at their deliveries in a second, well, you can see that they are still doing relatively well. So when we think about this right here, Tesla trying to gain market share, we see a lot of these other newer electric vehicle companies trying to do this as well. The fact that NIO isn't doing this is very good. Now, if these all other companies here can't really do this anymore and have this price war and they've all signed this truce, well, then it becomes a question of value proposition to the customer. Which electric vehicle car company is going to be able to provide the best value to the customer at those price points? Looking at this chart here, and when we look at NIO's delivery numbers, it looks like NIO is doing relatively well at delivering on their value proposition to their customers, which is really, really good for over the long term. So when we look at that data, looks relatively good, and this is very good news overall for healthy competition in the electric vehicle car market globally. Now, going off of NIO's vehicle delivery numbers that they just recently released, sorry about that, NIO delivered 10,707 vehicles in June, up 74%. When you look at that number at face value, that's very good. They were up 74% from the last month, but what you need to do a lot of the time when you are looking at these key pieces of data is look at it from a more holistic perspective. What does this data actually mean? Yes, from May up until June, NIO sold 74% more cars. So we can see that it went from, in red here, 6,155 deliveries to 10,707. Well, when we look at what happened last year, they delivered about 7,000 vehicles in May. And then in June, they delivered about 12,961. So either way, if you compare, let's see, June to June from 2022 to 2023, well, NIO's vehicle delivery numbers are actually down about 17.4% year over year. But as we come through here, they crushed it in February, they beat in March, they beat in April, they were slightly lower in May. NIO is on pace to have a very, very strong year here. So on July 1st, NIO published the June delivery data, revealing that the company delivered 10,707 electric vehicles in June, up 74% compared with the previous month. Now, the delivery guidance provided by the company was between 10,187 and 12,187 sold cars in June. So the final result was on its mid to lower end. But remember, NIO is not participating really in this price gouging war that a lot of these other electric vehicle car companies are. Now, NIO still being able to deliver on a lot of these vehicles is a very, very good sign. And as we go into the second half of this year, we could easily see NIO start to gain a little bit more market share as we start to see price maybe not being the main determining factor of what is driving consumers to either purchase a NIO, purchase an LI Auto, purchase an XPeng, a Tesla, or any of these other car brands. Now, the other thing that we have to think about here too is price is a very interesting it's a very interesting kind of value proposition for a lot of these electric vehicle consumers right now, because we are in a recession. We are not in a hyper growth kind of utopic market right now. So as we start to get into 2024 and 2025 and things start sort of getting back to normal, we start to see interest rates come down, people have a little bit more disposable income, well, they're going to go for what has more value to them. Now, is that going to be Tesla? Is that going to be NIO? Well, we don't necessarily know yet, but this is a very, very good step in the right direction to really kind of almost level the playing field here and say, okay, which of these electric vehicle car companies are going to be able to deliver on their value the most and which ones are not? So drop a comment down below. Do you think NIO is going to be this one? Do you think it's going to be Tesla? Do you think it's going to be XPeng, LI? But other than that, guys, that is going to wrap up this video here. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button down below, helps out getting these videos out to some more people here. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!